I don't want to ruffle any feathers. Okay, Tom? But especially to those who don't celebrate, who don't acknowledge today is indeed Groundhog Day. Us groundhoggers, this is our Super Bowl. Groundhog Day. We believe in one furry little muskrat, and he just told us the government controls the weather. So
do you know what Phil said?
Did I hear what Phil said?
Do you know what Phil said?
Yeah, he said the government controls the weather.
Oh, I meant just like about, baby, we here.
We're still.
You in the right direction. Welcome to another edition of the Grossi Perna Show. I am Tom Grossi. That is Brandon Perna, and this is a G Uppy. Yes.
I got it on good authority that Punxsutawney Phil assassinated JFK. So
he was in the grassy knoll, not on. He was found him. He just popped up and he's like, I got that guy.
Why do this? What?
I could see it. Never really trusted that guy, you know?
Yeah, you don't never trust a groundhog.
No, you never trust him.
I think Bill Murray had it done in one of his iterations of reliving that day.
Yeah. They're going to make
the groundhog to assassinate JFK.
That's it. He's just got to keep on stopping it, and it becomes a political thriller as well.
Yes.
I think, you know what? Greenlight it. Those legacy sequels? We got it. It's fine.
Oh, Punxsutawney.
Punxsutawney. Listen. So it looks like all the head coaching hires, there's some T's to cross, some I's to dot still, right? Because we got to wait for like Klint Kubiak and all that stuff. But it seems like all the head coach vacancy have finally been filled. So it looks like we can finally move forward. You lost Jim Leonard to the Buffalo Bills. So I don't know how you're going to replace your assistant head coach.
I was hoping one more coach would have gotten fired. That way it would have officially been more than a third of the league having to replace their head coaches.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
There's 40 new OCs. Like everybody had to get a new offensive coordinator. We got 10 coaches. The last two are, like you said, they're 96% done.
Yeah.
Something crazy could happen, but
they got to wait for Kubiak because they got to wait until after the Super Bowl. Mike LaFleur, I think they just confirmed he's good, right? So that's a 5-year deal with Arizona, which, by the way, we talked about on this show weeks ago.
Wow, look at us.
Look at that.
I think the Arizona Cardinals, like a lot of people go, oh, yeah, they're the last team to get a head coach because they fucking suck. They're terrible. They're so stupid. Not me. That's what other people say. I think the Cardinals actually outsmarted everybody, Tom. Who's coaching the Super Bowl? Who are the two coaches in the Super Bowl?
It's the Mikes. That's
Who
why.
Did the Cardinals hire?
A Mike.
Mike check, bitches. Cardinals are back. You heard it here first. I'm going to be on the Cardinals.
You're your dark horse team.
Not Tom Grossi. Me.
No, I'm sitting out on the Cardinals for a good long while. Also, the big news, the Vikings fired their GM.
Yeah, that was probably the biggest news, I think, of the weekend or Friday or whenever that happened.
Whenever that was.
Quezzy?
Yeah.
Quezzy gone.
Yeah.
Because Quezzy suck at draft.
He's the timing of it was weird. And that has also spawned a very interesting conversation on the internet because it's like, oh, he took 2 weeks after like the birth of his child. And like, that was a whole thing. And I was like, what? And then it was like, because who was the coach who just said that, did he miss a birthday or did he miss like the birth of his child or something? And then they were comparing the two. But yeah, the Vikings, they're going to get a new GM.
Yeah. The only way an NFL head coach gets to raise their child is if their child becomes a coach in training. That's the only way the Belichicks got to see their dad was being on the team. Kubiaks, we got 2 Kubiaks floating around there. The Shenanigans, you got to be at the field with your father, or that father, he ain't around.
Yeah. I could see it. I mean, then I feel like you have to start.
GM spending 2 weeks with this newborn baby.
God forbid. Can you imagine 2 whole weeks? Oh my goodness, the franchise could fold.
Yeah, because what it was that? I think Diana Rossini put that out. I'm not sure who. There was some bitter fucking executive somewhere who didn't get that time off. Was like, all right, now I'm going to say what really pissed me off. It's not his terrible draft history. It's not the fact that he couldn't draft to save his life.
No.
It's this 2 weeks he took off when he should have been grinding tape.
It's true. He should have been. Gold coin, that's why it's not official yet. So Klint Kubiak is not officially the Raiders' new head coach, but it is expected because they cannot hire him until afterwards. However, because there's that 1 week, that buffer between the championship game and then also the Super Bowl, they're allowed to interview and talk to head coaching candidates that are coaching in the Super Bowl. So that's how that came to be. So they probably offered him the position, but he can't actually take it until after the Super Bowl's done. So it was like, even though there's some key differences here, when Jonathan Gannon went to the Super Bowl with the Eagles a few years ago, the first time they played against the Chiefs and lost, and then immediately got hired after that. So they could do interviews, but as long as you don't tamper.
No tampering.
No tampering.
No pampering.
Can't do that. Punxsutawney Phil has an accuracy about 38%. You could be a Packers kicker.
Boom. He could. He could be your special teams coach too.
Yeah, honestly,
the Packers would be the most likely team to have a hedgehog as their special teams coordinator. Yeah, whatever the fuck he is. Nobody cares.
Not Sonic, but it's,
nobody cares.
It's fair. That's fair. So we're gonna rank, but also this Quezzy firing. I wanted to talk about that for a hot second because the timing was a little okay. This is interesting, and then besides, also, God forbid you take 2 weeks off to be with your newborn, but besides the drafting, the JJ McCarthy debate has been popping up once again, right?
Sure.
Because then it came out, it was like, oh, well, Quezzy wanted to go with JJ McCarthy, and like that's also one of the reasons why he's out right now. And it just seems like the throwing under the bus has fully begun. And obviously, JJ, like it's going to be a pure evaluation year this upcoming season. And I wouldn't be surprised they bring in a veteran quarterback to have some kind of competition and see who winds up starting, similar to like what they do with Daniel Jones and Anthony Richardson over in Indianapolis. But it just, I don't know. How do you feel about it? Because it feels like it came out of nowhere in terms of the timing. It felt like it was very off. I can understand the rationale, especially what you were talking about with like drafting and stuff like that you wanted these picks to hit. And it's also, you're going from a 14-win team to what the Vikings did this year, though they didn't finish last in the division. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like this is a little wonky.
Well, I think you're right in terms of the timing, but it seems like I think it's the right move for Minnesota. I think like you can look at their draft history and point to that as a problem right now for their struggles, right? And last year, there was a lot of debate about whether they would or would not try and keep Sam Darnold. And I remember us talking quite a bit about it on this wonderful show. And I thought that they would keep Sam Darnold. I thought that they would make a play to keep him there. And I knew like the constraints and, you had JJ, but like he was hurt. And it's a very simple sort of philosophy that you've got to live by if you're trying to build a football team.
Sure. If
you have a quarterback who is playing well and you win 14 games, you keep that quarterback. That's it. And
that's so like, GM Perna there.
Now, we didn't know, and we were like, Kevin O'Connell's the QB whisperer. It doesn't matter. Whoever they bring in, he's gonna make them awesome. And there's still a chance he does that with JJ McCarthy, because as terrible as JJ looked at times this season, he had some moments, and it's like he just needs a full game. He needs to do that shit all game long. It's not the end of the world there, but the part of this that came out is that Kevin O'Connell was high on Drake Maye, and they wanted to try and make a move to get him. I don't think they would have been able to anyway. And then 2, like Kevin O'Connell really liked Darnold and wanted to keep Darnold around. And it was Kwesi who wanted to just move forward with JJ McCarthy. So if you think he's responsible for making probably the worst decision your organization's made since their last bad decision, which happens frequently with the Vikings, not every year, but they, then yeah, you move on from that and you try and find somebody who's going to be, it feels like him and O'Connell probably just weren't on the same page, and you want your head coach and GM on the same page. And that's based on what information we're getting right now. And it's tough because once somebody is fired, you've got a PR war. You got their side trying to clear their name. You've got the other side trying to justify why they got rid of this person. I mean, I'm seeing shit about them wanting to try and, get George Payton in there to be there, bring him back. So, like, who knows? But
because again, like, if you're a Vikings fan, I think there has been some of the writing on the wall for a bit. And like you have the draft track record, and it also, I feel like, is amplified because Sam Darnold is in the Super Bowl on Sunday.
Yes.
I feel like that probably didn't help, right? No. Like, whether that was a rationale or not, it probably didn't help, where it's like, cool. Yeah. And to your point, because I remember we talked about it in the offseason, like, I understand you going to JJ McCarthy because you drafted him in the first round. You got to see if the kid is going to play. And if you're going to sign Sam Darnold, it's probably going to be like a 3-year contract. And also, I do think that the last 2 games probably had an impact on, if they were going to keep Darnold or not. But also, I don't know if this is a hot take. I don't think the Vikings have the same level of success the Seahawks have this season, even if they keep Sam Darnold.
Oh, I do. Because the Seahawks don't have Sam Darnold. There's no Seahawks to contend with. And
sure. Like, the Brian Flores defense, like, that was the way that they finished the year was very, very good.
They're probably a 13-win football team.
Maybe they win 13. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if they're in the Super Bowl right now. Yeah. I mean, they're also in trouble cap space wise. Sergeant, real quick. I like Raheem Morris as a DC more than a head coach. So I think you'll be solid. I don't know. Obviously, you'll miss Saleh. The Packers just hired the 49ers defensive backs coach. I think that happened about an hour ago. But yeah, I don't think you're screwed. Again, I like Saleh as a DC, but I think Raheem Morris will do fine. He's a veteran dude, and he usually knows how to coach a defense up pretty solid. I think you're right. Oh, yeah, Perna going to be hitting that $1 million by the Super Bowl next year. It's going to happen.
By the Super Bowl this week. My numbers are tracking, right?
What are you at right now?
I haven't checked my numbers.
Oh, there we go. That's it. Yeah, the Dallas Turner, that pick, that aged well this year. He played really well.
Yeah, that's it's nice. Jordan Addison.
Yeah,
good as long as he doesn't get in trouble.
Yeah. Sir.
But if you've got a good quarterback, you just got to keep him. You got to keep a good quarterback.
I don't know.
Especially when you've got a rookie who's young.
Yes.
You got a young rookie.
He's
hurt. Young rookie who didn't throw a ton in college.
Sure.
A young rookie who was fucking hurt. Let that rookie marinate in your system. They should have. Sure. I mean, you probably would have had to given Darnold a 3-year deal.
Yep.
But they should have done that at minimum, or just made him one of the highest paid quarterbacks for 2 straight years. Now, if he wins the Super Bowl this week, holy God.
That's gonna be tough. That's gonna be tough.
Suck for Vikings fans.
That'll be tough. But yeah, I don't know. It just, because there was mentioned before, like, he does a press conference and then they fire him right afterwards. It felt like it was a snap decision. And again, I think you could track it back and go, okay, I understand the reasons why. The timing's just weird, man. I did not expect to see that this past weekend. And yes, depressed, we should be doing a Friday Night Q&A this week. Yeah. I mean, because if you go look at their cap space, man, like they're going to have to make some decisions. It's going to get interesting for the Minnesota Vikings. And you're also like in a super competitive division. So it's gonna, if JJ doesn't work out, and again, the way that I see this playing out is that they're going to bring in a guy, like I'm just going to throw out a name of like a Mac Jones, right? They're going to bring in a guy like a Mac Jones and go, okay, it's August, compete. Whoever has the best reps, they're going to start. Yeah. Probably you're going to see a guy like Mac Jones start, right? And then you'll see if JJ McCarthy can eventually, take the job back. Yeah. I think that's really just the only way it can play out at this point, because there's a few things that you're worried about with JJ. You mentioned him not throwing a lot, but it's consistency, right? Young player, what have you. It's injury, staying healthy the entire season. That's also one. I think he has to do both of those in order to get that starter job, because otherwise they're going to have to move on. Brian Flores signing a new contract extension. He didn't get a head coaching gig this cycle, but if he's able to coach up a really good defense again, he's going to start getting some more calls. Right. Yeah. He's going to start getting some more interviews. So, I mean, you're only going to have that defense for so long. Justin Jefferson's still a young dude, but you saw the frustration that was there. And it's just, you have to capitalize on these windows when you have them. So
their window got shut. Yeah. They got a rookie quarterback and they don't even have the luxury of being, cap friendly right now. No. And it's not even just Sam Darnold that was a bad decision. Daniel Jones left as well. Daniel Jones was there. He left.
He was.
Looked great until he got hurt. Carson Wentz, serviceable until he got hurt. Basically, every decision they made this last offseason to shore up their QB room just didn't pan out. Did not pan out.
So, I mean, it's going to be a very interesting offseason for the Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah.
Because you're going to have like folks retiring. You're going to have to restructure some folks. People are probably going to go. And now you got to get a new GM too.
New general manager.
Easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
Those are easy to find.
Yeah. Easy. I think we talked about that Friday, if I'm not mistaken. I like Mannion to the Eagles. I'm upset that the Packers lost him. So he's rocking as the QB coach for the Packers. And he stepped in when Tom Clements retired. So all the talk about him is that he will probably be a future head coach. So yeah, I think it's a good signing for Philadelphia. I think you should be pretty content with that. You're talking because we talked about that on Friday, the Eagles OC, like that was a weird one too, that job didn't get filled a little bit more quickly. But yeah, no, I think you're going to be okay with Mannion. I think so. Oh, the Falcons have set themselves up to be the winners of the head coaching carousel.
Have they? Stefanski?
Let's rank the head coaches. Because we have, so the total list is you got the Bills getting Joe Brady, the Steelers getting Mike McCarthy, the Ravens getting Jesse Minter. That probably is one of my favorite hirings. Giants getting Harbaugh, which, hold on. One of my favorite things that came out of this weekend, and this is why I will always love sports fans from the bottom of my heart. So there is a new batch of Epstein files released, right? And there was some folks in the sports world and in the NFL world that were implicated, of having communication with. And one was the Giants co-owner. And so sports fans immediately did what sports fans did and going, oh, well, my owner is not in the Epstein files. Couldn't imagine being me. So that's always a good time. But yeah, the Harbaugh signing to the Giants, I think that's pretty solid. Stefanski to the Falcons, I do like. Halfley to the Dolphins, I'm curious to see what he's going to do with that roster, but I think he will do pretty solid. Saleh to the Titans, Munkin to the Browns, Mike LaFleur to the Cardinals, and Kubiak to the Raiders. I really like the Kubiak one to the Raiders too. And we'll rank all of these, but I think the one that I'm probably the most excited about is Minter to Baltimore.
Ooh.
I do like that one. I think that he could Tish's response was very bad. I just feel like that would be good. But I think the Falcons are you hope that Stefanski is able to get them to that next step, right? Because the Falcons got better this year. Their defense got better. Their pass rush finally improved, right? And it just was that consistency that they really needed to shore up, because there was times where that defense was getting a ton of sacks. They were generating some turnovers, right? And then the offense, you have one of the best running backs in the league, and you have some weapons. It's just about making it click. And also Michael Penix got injured, but I do like the Stefanski hire there.
I think instead of ranking the head coaching hires, let's rank every NFL or NFL related person's response to being on the Epstein list. Let's do the best response rankings, because you had Tish, the Giants part owner, right?
Yep.
That was a big one. And then you had this one was funny.
He's like, we were just talking,
I mean, being on the Epstein list is not funny.
No, that's not funny. Sports fans' reaction to it of making fun of other teams because their owners are on it. That is funny.
Russell Wilson had to respond. Nope. Absolutely not. Not today, Satan. Some random plane broker tried to sell me a plane. I had no idea whose plane and never bought the plane, never talked, nor never met the man. Thank God. Now, that was a post from MLF Football, who I have blocked. One of the few blocks I had to do. Had to do it. Did it before the season started. Made my life a lot better. But yeah, Russell Wilson had to post this. Which,
what was the post like? What, that he bought a plane from Epstein or something?
Just that, like, that's the thing with that's like that he inquired about a plane, and that was one of the options, was one of Epstein's planes, I guess.
My man just wanted to do high knees on his own plane.
Yeah, his Wolverine blood, his high knees.
Yeah.
That's a crazy thing. There's a lot of people who are trying to do business, and they're getting exposed for having emails there.
Sure.
It's crazy. But Russell Wilson, just even this very loose connection, I would not imagine Russell Wilson having to do an Epstein response.
No, but shout out to Russell Wilson. Just like, nope, no.
I think he has the best response. You just say, "Not today, Satan."
Not today, Satan.
Not today, Satan.
Hold on. This is important.
Okay.
Hold on. This is very important. Because if this is not, oh my God.
What?
So Tim Tebow is he's going to be in Denver on February 27th. Oh, if that's not a clickbait punishment, then I don't know what is.
Hi, Tim.
Hey, Tim. What else matters?
You're either alive or you're dead. You're either living or you're dead. This is what else matters.
So he was either alive, now he's dead, or he was dead, he was really dead. What else matters? What else matters? You walk through it. Everybody either puts a thumb up or thumb down.
Is he giving a sermon? Is Tebow doing a sermon?
I don't know what it is, but I need to look that up.
Unironically, I would go listen to Tebow talk about God for an hour.
Yes, that was announced, I feel like, a little bit ago, that it was like it was potential, because they announced they'll be in Australia. It's Rio de Janeiro, Munich, Madrid they're going back to again.
Munich? Where's that?
Munich, it's Germany.
No, you said Munich. Where's Munich?
Oh, Munich, I don't know. Munich.
Welcome to Munich Stadium.
Hey. Yeah, so, I mean, this is no surprise in terms of they want to just increase the amount of international games. I mean, that's been the rumor for the past like couple seasons, that they want to have like every team play an international game every year. And it's like, okay, they want to grow that market.
Oui. Oh.
They want to.
Nailed it.
All right, Perna, shall we rank?
Yeah, I guess.
Let's rank.
Bye-bye.
Oh, speaking of, did you hear back from Adam Rank?
Yes. He thought it was at night. He thought our show aired in the evening. So
I'll do it.
Which was funny because in a span of about
Yeah.
24 hours, I had multiple communications with different people in the sports world. And we had all messed up time zones. This with Adam Rank. And then I made fun of Fitzy for messing up a time zone. And then in my response to him later, I got my own time incorrect. So like I was like, man, we're all really fucking dumb. And yeah, so Rank thought it was at night. I said, we'll figure out a time to get you on. And then he didn't respond. So ball's in his court.
Way to go, Adam.
Oh, your Broncos lost. I don't care anymore. I can't lone wolf them to win anymore.
That's true.
We'll get Adam on though.
Yeah, we'll get him. And that should be an easy one.
Boy.
Shoot him a text. Be like, hey, Bears suck. He'll respond immediately. And that'll be it.
Yes.
I like this. New. See.
Yeah. So we'll just use the team logos because nobody's out there preemptively making a head coaching tier list.
I don't know why.
Yeah.
Personally.
So we'll put in I'll write in the name as we select who got the best.
What is this? The recliner. That's exactly what we're talking about. Yeah. I don't know if they're going to trade away draft picks to load up, but I mean, dude, they might be in the market for another quarterback. That's the thing too. Like that's the concern. The
funniest thing the Vikings could do is trade draft picks to the Broncos to get George Payton.
I bet you'd love that.
Oh,
I bet you'd love that.
No, we like Georgie here.
Well, because George was under fire for the Russell Wilson, right?
What?
Like,
wait, what?
Right? Because that whole trade, and then it was just like, because remember there when Sean Payton got hired, right? Wasn't there like he's going to talk directly to the owner and not the GM because they were pissed at the GM for how the Russell Wilson thing worked out, right? They don't care anymore. Water under the bridge.
No, there was a brief moment there where we didn't know if George would stick around with Sean because we knew Sean would have to be on board with the GM. But they clearly had, I think, like respect for each other and figured out that they could operate together harmoniously. And they have. Like, they've done an incredible job. They getting off that Russell Wilson contract and then the free agents that they found when they had very little money. Guys like Malcolm Roach, who have been huge for the Broncos.
Yeah.
Some pretty solid drafts for George Payton. You know, you get a guy like Nick Bonito in the second round. So, yeah, I think like Broncos fans want George to stick around. He's just 2026 is the last year of his contract. So it was an Athletic article that came out that said there's rumors circulating that George's name is in the mix for the Vikings GM vacancy. But I don't think he's going to leave. I don't know why he would leave. Like,
I don't know.
And even just like the Bo Nix draft pick is another thing getting used against the Vikings, right? They jumped up, got JJ, and then Sean Payton famously said like he baited them into drafting McCarthy so he could get Bo Nix.
Good job, Sean Payton.
It's like, okay, Sean. Yeah, okay, Sean. But like if that actually worked, and Bo continues to, outperform JJ McCarthy, then yeah.
JJ's got to play, man. He's just got to play.
You got to play and you got to be good. And the hard part for McCarthy is he is being inserted into an offense that we know is really good. That's where it becomes tough because Bo Nix had at least a little leeway of like, we don't know how good the skill position players really are. Like outside of Cortland Sutton, we know he's reliable, but yeah, you got Justin Jefferson, you got Hawkinson, you got Addison, you got Jalen Naylor. You've got all these pieces. So underachieving with those guys where we've seen them thrive with other quarterbacks, that's a lot of pressure.
Yeah, that's very fair. So, I mean, dude, gotta stay healthy, gotta play well. That's it.
You just got to be awesome at the hardest position in sports. Go do it, JJ.
Easy peasy. Bo Nix for Sean Payton. Ankle surgery history, not HIPAA.
Oh, yeah. I want Sean Payton to just reveal everybody's injuries all the time. This guy's had 37 surgeries. Here is a live stream of Garrett Bowles' colonoscopy presented by Sean Payton.
Oh, he's sponsoring it too?
And Kevin James, who played Sean Payton.
Oh, okay.
Let's live stream all of our player surgeries. Let's live stream them. And then, when you go into Walmart and say you're going to buy a new TV, in their TV section, it's just live streams of player surgeries. With every team across the country.
With their information revealed too.
Yep. Their medical history, their address, credit history, credit reports.
Yep. Healthcare provider.
Healthcare. Yep. Let's do it.
Yeah. Okay. I can get behind that. All right.
Yeah. Sean shouldn't have talked about Bo Nix's ankle surgery. If your quarterback's got to do some damage control, you had a slip of the tongue. But
is that a pancreas? We'll find out. All right. Do we want to get rid of the new?
Yeah, let's start. Who do you think is last? Do we want to go with last, or do we want to go with who the best is? We should probably. Why
are there four rows in between the B and the C?
Well, I had to add them. They just give you a template.
I see.
Well, so then I just had to go boop, 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 boop.
Well,
there's 10 rows.
Okay, so you're ranking from just, I understand. Okay, I now understand.
This will be number one, so I'll insert their name.
There we go. Okay, now this makes sense. Okay, now we're starting to cook. Got it.
Yes.
Got it. Dude, the McVay coaching tree, they were just talking about that this morning. The McVay coaching tree is like all those offensive coordinators are now head coaches, right? Because it was Liam Cohen, it was Mike LaFleur. What were they just talking about? Oh my God.
Oh, I got it.
I literally just saw it this morning.
I know. I got it in a script here.
We're just talking about, Shane Waldron was on there. Kevin O'Connell. That was the other one. Yeah, and then he's got a bunch of DCs too.
The KOC? Yeah, you know me. I'm talking about that big KOC.
Okay.
Where are you? Where? There it is.
There you go, Yankees. All right, we could start with let's argue which one's the best. Let's just like really fight about it and get really personal.
Yeah. Okay. Hold on.
Okay, I'll hold.
Let's see here.
I do.
Oh, yeah. So it was Matt LaFleur, it was Kevin O'Connell, it was Liam Cohen, and it was Mike. Yeah. So there you go. You got them all.
That's it.
You got them all. All right.
Yeah, that's fair. That was very fair. McVay just got an extension. There you go.
Sean McVay?
Yeah, Sean McVay, and also their GM just got an extension.
Les Snead.
I'm not too surprised with that, right? I mean, they did pretty well, I would say.
Let's keep the guy who keeps making other head coaches.
Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense. There you go.
It's really, when you talk about Sean McVay's coaching tree, it's really Mike Shanahan's coaching tree, if you want to be real about it.
Yeah. No, that's I mean, we talk about Shanahan's coaching tree all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unlike Belichick's, it has life.
Yeah. It's very true.
It's a living tree.
It actually has roots.
Belichick's coaching tree is a dead tree in the middle of the forest that can never even be burned down by fire. It's eternal. That's how bad it is.
So who do you think is the best head coaching hire?
Great question.
So again, the list that we have, we got Joe Brady for the Bills, Mike McCarthy Steelers, Jesse Minter Ravens, John Harbaugh from the Giants, Kevin Stefanski Falcons, Jeff Hafley Dolphins. Good God, there's so many. Robert Saleh Titans, Todd Monken Browns, Cardinals Mike LaFleur, and Raiders Klint Kubiak.
Let's go Minter, number one.
Are you solid with that?
Yeah, here's a couple reasons.
Reeling a bunch of info about a surgery.
Obviously, John Harbaugh is the most decorated head coach in this cycle. I think it's a very solid hiring for the Giants. That one, though, it lost a little steam when Todd Monken took the coaching job for the Browns, because Todd was slated in to be John Harbaugh's offensive coordinator. So now the Giants, they got to figure that out, right? Minter had done just an incredible job with the Chargers defense, okay? In a season where the injuries on the offensive side of the ball made it kind of difficult to get consistent complementary football in LA. So I like what he did with the Chargers defense. But the part of this that is nice, it has less to do with Minter in that he's just going into the most win-ready situation there is. I think the Ravens, of all the vacancies, you could argue have the best roster. You've got your quarterback in place. Derrick Henry, I think he's going to be a 40-year-old running back churning out 1,200-yard seasons at this rate. So, and their defense, I think a lot of people believe their defense underperformed. So if he gets the defense back up to where it was when they were supposed to go on a Super Bowl run, I think he has to do the least amount of work to look like a great hire. And that's not fair to him. I think it's a solid one, but I would put him up there.
Yeah, I feel like I agree with you because we talked about that a few weeks ago between the Bills and the Ravens, right? Like, which is one of the more attractive head coaching jobs. And then the Bills had a press conference and it was like, okay, it might be Baltimore. But I think just because what Minter, as you talked about, he coached a top 10 defense in nearly every category this past season. They were, because I have it here, they were fifth in pass defense, 8th in rush, and 9th in points allowed, right? And especially at times the lack of complementary football, right? Yes. Or they were getting put on the field a lot because Justin Herbert was running for his life. I just feel like this is, if you want to get that defensive identity back, like what you were talking about, I just really think that this is a good fit.
Yeah.
And he's also going to have some runway too, according to their owner. Yeah. So having the quarterback in place, I believe that Minter is going to do a great job. That's my feeling on that one.
And they bring in Declan Doyle as their OC. Declan Doyle from Chicago.
Chicago.
Yes,
they did hire him. Yeah.
Yeah. The way I look at it too is like if the Chargers were able to keep Jesse Minter and then they bring in, Mike McDaniel, you go, Chargers they're gonna be nasty. They're gonna be deadly.
Yeah.
But now it's like I feel like the Chargers offense is gonna take a big step forward, and then
Correct.
Defense don't know. They have the personnel on defense, but they don't really have a premier edge rusher there. Like Khalil Mack's getting older.
He's just getting older.
Hurt a chunk of the season, so it'll be tricky. But yeah, I think it's in this coaching cycle, it's a little tricky to put in, a first-time head coach as number one. But dude, that situation is nice.
I think it's one of the best ones to go into. Yeah, Ryan, we were just talking about this before. I think that for the Eagles, it's a great hire. Because, again, the way that the Green Bay has talked about Mannion is that he's going to be a future head coach. So I think it's a loss for Green Bay, unfortunately. But who knows, man? We'll see. It does look like the Packers are going to keep Rich Bisaccia, which...
Bisaccia. Rich Bisaccia.
Oh, man. That's a time. It's a time. It's good. So
safe to put Harbaugh in at number 2.
Yeah, because I'm not. Wow, that was a Sean Payton for a second. Apologies. Yeah, I think
Bo Nix has had 400 surgeries.
I think I'm between Harbaugh and Stefanski, but I can be convinced about Harbaugh. I think just you have a guy, as you mentioned, the most veteran coach, right, in this cycle. While I'd be a little concerned about how they're going to do in the fourth quarter because they already had that problem this past season, I think the potential is there, right? Because I think the Giants, I know you claimed this past season that they were going to take that next step, right? And while they didn't, I think the pieces are there for them to do so, right? It looks like, okay, Jackson Dart could be that guy. You're going to get Cam Scatteroo back. You're actually going to have him be able to throw to Malik Neighbors. That's going to be really nice. If they nail this draft, like that will be solid. So it feels like the Giants are a team that Harbaugh could come in and put it all together and they could start being a pretty consistent football team. So I do like that. And I think they just have a bunch of young pieces that if they take that next step, the Giants could be pretty formidable this upcoming year.
Yeah. Honestly, my number 2 coaching hire, I'm debating Harbaugh or Klint Kubiak at this juncture.
Kubiak, I really like.
I think Stefanski's fine in Atlanta.
Terrible. Terrible.
But I think in terms of a coach we could be talking about, because the bar is set so low for Kubiak. I mean, the bar is buried 6 feet under the ground. If he takes the bar up to just ground level and gets the Raiders 6 wins, you're like, good move, good hire.
Yeah.
I think there's one, he's going to get the quarterback that he wants in Mendoza. 2, I think the biggest jump in production we'll see with Klint Kubiak in Vegas is Ashton Genty in the run game. So I think we can talk about all these guys, but I think in terms of a guy who's just going to look like he's done a tremendous job, it's going to be Klint Kubiak. So that's why I would argue putting him at 2. I think the Raiders, though, they're still, they've got a lot of things they have to address.
Correct.
Their offensive line. It's like, what is their defense outside of Max Crosby at this moment? So there's a lot of work to be done, but I would almost argue Kubiak at 3, and then you could put Stefanski at 4.
Right, because I think it's also, are we evaluating the situation that they're going into, right? I think it's like that combo as well, because like with the Raiders, right? Brock Bowers, love the guy. As long as Max Crosby stays on defense, that's going to help. Ashton Genty, you saw those flashes, but I mean, they had one of the worst run games in the league, but they have an abysmal offensive line. But I do agree with you that I think you can make the argument for Kubiak at 3, because 1, I'm excited to see him be a head coach, right? And the offense for Seattle was a lot of fun to watch this year. And if they're able to also like get that ground game going with Genty, and they just need blockers, man. And they also get their quarterback. Yeah, I could see that. I could see it as 3. I could be convinced that he could be 3.
Boom.
Yeah.
Kubiak.
I like that one.
And look, Kubiak, it was not, he did a tremendous job with the Seahawks this season. But the year before, we were talking about Kubiak because at the beginning of the season, the Saints offense with one Derek Carr was lighting teams up. We were like, where the hell did this offense come from? And that was Kubiak. And then, of course, it slowed down. Derek Carr got hurt. Everything kind of went to shit there. But Kubiak's name has been in the works for this for a little bit. So let's be nice to the Raiders.
I can be convinced there. Then I have to go Stefanski at 4, because I just think that's a great situation that he's going into.
That's fine.
Stefanski. I'm a little high on the Falcons right now. I gotta see more of. We gotta see how Michael Penix does, right? Like stay healthy and but I like enough of it. I just really like some of their defensive moves that they made this past offseason. They took some big swings with getting some edge rushers. It paid off for a good chunk of it. Yeah, I'm curious to see what they're going to look like this year. I like it.
I'm actually going to put Buffalo at 5.
I'm okay with that because I think it's a lot of situation based. I think because you have Josh Allen, man. They're going to be solid still.
They got consistency on the offensive side of the ball, and then they got your guy that you wanted.
Yeah, Jim Leonard as DC.
They got Jim Leonard to be their DC.
I'm very curious to see what that's going to look like.
Sexy name. I think that's the right move for Buffalo. I know shit looked bad. It looked really bad for the Bills. And even the Joe Brady hire in and of itself kind of split. I think there's fans who go, this might be okay. And there are fans like, this feels kind of like a lazy move. we should have the pick of our litter with Josh Allen type thing.
Yeah. Real quick, Mr. King, I actually like this hiring because you're also getting an experienced offensive coordinator. Raheem Morris just came out and just had like glowing reviews for Zach Robinson. So I think it's solid. We'll see how they're going to, I think you just need to also be able to run the ball effectively, because that was something that when they finally got Bucky Irving back, what was it, like 1 or 2 games? It was like, oh, okay. Like he had those, but then their run game kind of like disappeared a bit. So I feel like just having consistency in that, one, you have an experienced guy, and 2, as long as he's able to be there for multiple seasons, so Baker Mayfield is not getting a revolving door at offensive coordinator, I think you're going to be okay. I think you'll be solid.
Yeah. I think it's a solid hire.
Yeah. I saw that the Seahawks are selling. I mean, dude, they win a Super Bowl,
right?
Yeah, I think they win a Super Bowl. Holy cow. I mean, that's going to go for a good amount of money. Do it. I mean, what you really need to do is just GoFundMe for Perna to be the new owner of the Seattle Seahawks.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure he'll take great care of them. I totally won't take out the Russell Wilson trade on them.
No, I would never do such a thing.
I think
YouTube should buy the Seahawks and let YouTubers run the team.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would go well.
I think so. I think it'd be just fine.
Running the Seahawks would be owning the Seahawks would be the easiest job in the world right now. You know what you do? You do nothing. You go, John Schneider, just keep fucking running this team perfectly. Just keep doing your thing.
Yeah, it's ESPN who put that out. They said Seahawks will go up for sale after the Super Bowl. Yeah. The spokesperson declined to comment, though, but they said they don't comment on rumors or anything like that. Yeah. So we've already said it will change at some point per Paul's wishes, but I have no news to share. Focus on winning the Super Bowl and completing the sale of the Portland Trail Blazers in the coming months. So that's what they're looking to do. All right, so yeah,
all you got to do is make sure the new Seahawks owner is not on the Epstein list.
There you go.
That's the easiest team to run right now, because you got a great GM, you've got your head coach in year 2 taking your team to the Super Bowl. Looks like you found your quarterback. Buy that team and just don't touch a thing for a decade. Don't meddle. Don't be an owner who wants to meddle.
Yeah. That is the first question. Have you ever spoken with Jeffrey Epstein?
Yeah.
No, we continue. Yes. Not so much.
And if you have you responded? Not today, Satan.
Not today, Satan. Not
your response,
today.
Not today, Satan.
Okay, so this is where it gets a little...
This is where it gets hard.
This is where it gets a little more complicated. So we got Mike McCarthy to the Steelers, right? We got Jeff Hafley of the Dolphins, Robert Saleh to the Titans, Todd Monken to the Browns, Mike LaFleur to the Cardinals.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Because again, if we are evaluating both situation that they're going into and also the coach that's being hired, I feel like it's either, for me, Saleh to the Titans, Hafley to the Dolphins, I want to say, but I think I put Saleh just above, just because at least there's a little bit more experience there, and I don't know what the Dolphins are going to do at certain positions, and the Titans have their quarterback.
Yeah.
And like McCarthy, I do think...
I would go Titans right in the middle here.
All right, I'm happy with the Titans there.
I think it is a solid hiring for Tennessee.
I could go solid to Titans. I feel that. Yeah.
I think they've answered their biggest question in that, hey, we've got a quarterback we're excited about. We saw Cam Ward play well in less than ideal circumstances. Saleh, I think, learned a lot from his first coaching stint. He's already said he's coming in. He's going to be calling the defense.
Yes.
He said, that's a strength of mine. That's something I should have done in New York. And there are, with Jeffrey Simmons on that defensive line, like, I think you get a lot out of that defense right away. It's about making that offense click. Who's their fucking offensive coordinator?
So right now, just real quick for the defense, they were
I know-
ranked 28th in points allowed, right? So like that's got to get better. And I feel better about Saleh because he's going to be calling plays on the defense. I feel like he can make that defense better. There's things they have to do on the offense. They spent a whole lot of money last free agency on offensive line too. They got the guy from Pittsburgh, and their offensive line still was not great. But again, there was like those handful of games where it was near the tail end of the season that they were actually running the ball well, right? And it was like, oh, okay, they have a run game they can lean on. Their offensive line's doing okay, but they need to shore up the offensive line, needs to be more consistent in the run game, and they need weapons to throw for Cam Ward to throw to. You know, that's going to be some of the biggest changes that they need.
Yeah. And I forget, it's Brian Dable. So you got another guy, head coaching experience.
Yep.
I think that's should bode well for Cam Ward. Two failed coaches from New York. Let's see how it plays out in Tennessee. The New York of the Mid-South is what they call Tennessee.
Yeah.
They need to bring in Jay Cutler as their quarterback coach. Bring in Jay Cutler as your quarterback coach, Tennessee.
Yeah. Not a single piece of hair on that Titans staff.
Nope.
Just bald.
Bald.
That's it.
All right. So
Okay.
what is this? 6? Call that 6.
Yeah. This one, I feel like, oh man. Because after you and I, that's what I'm feeling. Ooh.
Yeah. Ooh.
I don't know. You got Halfley last?
I don't think Dolphins fans are too excited right now.
I don't think they're that excited either, but I like the potential a little bit. Okay, so here's the issue I have. I like the Mike LaFleur hiring, but I hate the situation that he's going into.
Yeah, I agree.
Because, man, you got to make a decision about Kyler Murray, right? Like that. Yeah, I think they have the 3rd pick, if I'm not mistaken, in the draft. They there's some things that they gotta figure out. There are some because like the Steelers, I am right there with Steelers fans. I understand that it is not an exciting hire. I understand my hesitation is that it's going to be very similar what they did with Mike Tomlin, and that's not a bad thing if you have an established quarterback. They don't have one though. And that's concerning. Are they going to be in a position to go and acquire a quarterback? Because I feel like McCarthy, if they had the guy there, cool. But dude, if they bring back Aaron Rodgers for another year, you are literally just doing the same exact thing.
Yeah.
And that's concerning for me.
The Cardinals lost 9 games in a row to finish the season. Most in the league. Does anybody know who lost the 2nd most games to close out the season?
To close it out?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the Jets got to be up there, yeah?
They're up there, but they're not the 2nd most. It'll make sense once you hear the answer. It's the Colts losing 7.
That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, they dropped a lot of games.
Like, oh man, I forgot how bad that was for Indy.
I forgot they fell off so hard. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was very bad.
The Jets lost 5. They had, I think that was their last win against the Falcons.
Yeah,
Cost them the number 1 overall pick, something
bad.
like that.
That was bad. Ashley.
Yeah, none of these situations are great. I feel like God, because like one of they all should just be number 7. It's like, for being honest, it's like
it's fair. So, couple thoughts. Hold on 2 seconds. Ashley, do you think Zach Taylor had a great deal of input into the draft? I think the Bengals are looking at a guy who didn't play a snap last season because that worked so well before. It always works well. It depends on the structure because you will have, like, let's take the Cowboys, for example, right? So Jerry Jones, he is pretty hands-on when it comes to being involved in the draft, at least in some capacity. So you'll have some owners that are going to be super hands-on, but the majority of the time, again, this is depending on the team, But the majority of the time, you either they work in tandem, the head coach and the GM, but the GM is the one who's also building the roster. They're the ones that are going out and making those deals and are saying, okay, they're the ones who are on the phones with all the other GMs and making trades, and on draft day, they're doing a lot of the legwork. So it usually is the GM who's the front-facing person when it comes to drafting folks, and also just doing free agency signings, etc. You could have coaches that are going to have some input, some more, some less, but it just depends on the spot. I don't know what Zach Taylor's involvement there is, but yeah, Pro Bowl quarterbacks, right? That's something.
Yeah.
That's something.
This is probably how I'd rank this.
Don't blink. If you're a blinker, cut your eyelids off.
And I agree with you. I don't think Mike is the worst hire.
No.
I think he's going into the worst situation.
It's a tough situation.
Cleveland, you go, okay, Todd Monken, at least he's inheriting a very good defense. Maybe he can maximize Shedeur Sanders. Yes, they're in the Deshaun Watson contract hell this season, but the following year it starts to get better. The Steelers, you go, okay, they were a playoff team, so that situation's not bad for Mike McCarthy. They have to figure out quarterback. Dolphins, you have some pieces on offense. The Dolphins and the Cardinals are similar in that when you look at those teams, you can't just go, that's their strength. The Cardinals, you go, Trey McBride. Dolphins, Devin Achane, Jalen Waddle.
Yeah.
Because Tyreek Hill's coming back from injury. Not even certain he's going to be there for the Dolphins. We saw the Dolphins defense play like weirdly very good halves of football to close out the season, but not complete games of football.
The Browns. So here's the thing. I have a tough
Steelers Browns.
I have a tough time putting the Browns up there because they're in a situation that's not great either. Like, they have the defense, right? Like, you got Myles Garrett, Sackley, whole 9 yards. But who the hell knows what they're going to do? Like, they have a gajillion quarterbacks on the roster, but who knows how that is going to pan out? And I don't think it's a sexy hiring, but and it's not that I don't believe in Monken to do a nice job. I just think that they're going into a situation with the ownership, with the offense that I don't feel super confident
They got
in.
2 Pro Bowl quarterbacks, Tom.
Now say that with a straight face.
They kind of have 2 Pro Bowl quarterbacks.
There it is. There it is. I mean, I don't know, man. It's just because what's going on with Schwartz too? They don't have a defensive guy?
You're going to leave. Dude, I want the Steelers to get him.
I don't know.
Yeah, these last 4, it's like I feel like 2 of these teams will be hiring another head coach in 2 seasons. And it's not even necessarily going to be that coach's fault.
Like Denzel Ward. Here we go. Denzel Ward. For Jim Schwartz. If we can be back, I'll be happy. Brother, the players don't even know. Like, nobody. It's a disaster. Like, there's so many things to figure out, and it's the same thing with the Cardinals, and it's the same thing with the Dolphins. Dude, it's the same thing with the Steelers. I agree with you that they could be at 7. I feel like I can get behind this ranking a little bit more, but yeah, man, there are so many questions for these remaining teams, and they're all at quarterback,
yes.
right?
Yes.
Steelers, they don't have the consistency at quarterback there, and they're not in a position to draft one. The Cardinals, I don't think they're going to go out and draft a quarterback in this draft class. The Browns, who the hell knows what they're going to do? And the Dolphins, they need to figure out what's going on with Tua.
The Cardinals need to trade Kyler Murray to the Browns or Steelers or Dolphins. Here's why I will leave the Browns and the Cardinals at the bottom. It's because of their ownership.
Doesn't help.
Haslam, Bidwell, 2 of the worst owners in the league. I think Woody Johnson is in there in your bottom 3. I don't love Dolphins ownership.
No.
But I think Miami's a better place to coach than Cleveland or Arizona. I don't think I think Todd Monken is a very average hire in this coaching cycle.
Sure.
I think he's going to be okay for Cleveland. The Steelers, good ownership. They're going to give McCarthy a lot of room, a lot of time, and I think that's a good thing. Probably not what Steelers fans want if it's not working out, but yeah, I think it's going to come down to like these two situations. I don't feel like they have the pieces there to fix it in terms of the very top level.
I can say this with almost complete certainty. I think Malik Willis is going to be the starting quarterback for one of those 4 teams next season. Probably not Cleveland.
Dolphins?
I can see Dolphins. I mean, listen, they're already the Miami Packers.
If the Cardinals could, if with Mike LaFleur and the Cardinals, they could get Malik Willis, that's a good. Well, you got the LaFleur connection to get him to Arizona, or you got the Packers connection to get Willis to Miami. If Miami says, we are actually done with Tua, they got to pay Tua this year. So we kind of predicted Malik Willis going to the Cardinals as an option anyway.
I think he's going to go to Miami. I think that makes a lot of sense.
I think Arizona makes more sense.
If you're Michael, I don't know. I don't know what you do. I mean, it's just, there are no easy answers for any of these teams. And this is why, like, the situation, like, I think McCarthy, again, I said this a couple weeks ago, I think he's a good coach. I don't think he's right for the situation unless they're able to find themselves a quarterback that then they can start building around. And I just don't know if they're going to be in a position to do that.
Yeah, I think the Cardinals need to trade Kyler Murray. They, take your hit.
But somebody
will trade for him. Somebody will trade for him.
I don't think anyone's taking that contract on.
Somebody would trade for him. This is the NFL, man. We just saw 10 coaches get canned. Don't tell me there's not a team dumb enough to trade for him. There is certainly a team dumb enough, and I just don't know what team that is.
Here's a question for you. Out of those bottom 4 teams that we have, who do you think has the best season?
The bottom 4?
So, yeah.
Steelers.
I think the Dolphins have potential. I think that they could potentially get up there. But yeah, Steelers, I think they might just be the same team that they were last year.
Yeah.
Literally.
They're going to win 8 or 9 games. I almost guarantee that for the Steelers.
Yep.
I mean, they've until we know the quarterback question, we can't actually answer that for any of those teams.
Yeah.
Right now, of those teams, who has the best quarterback? The Dolphins with Tua. And people don't think he's good. Or Quinn Ewers even. Holy shit. Will Howard in Pittsburgh? Don't know. Shadeur with a head coach that likes him? Maybe. Jacoby Brissett is actually the best quarterback on any of these rosters. Dude. If the Cardinals just fix their defense and let Jacoby continue to rip it, dude, I'd get behind Jacoby Brissett for another year in Arizona. He played very solid football down the stretch.
And they had no run game because everyone got injured. But dude, I'm looking at this Kyler Murray contract right now. His cap hit is $52.6 million this year. Next year is 43.5, and then they can get out in 2028. I don't know who takes a swing on that.
The Jets?
But why would they? I mean, the Jets
it's
being
the
Jets. I know, I understand they're the Jets. I understand that they are.
It's the Jets!
But man, I don't know.
He can go. The Falcons can have him come back up Michael Penix.
And here's the thing, dude. Like, the Cardinals are also in a division. The Cardinals are in a division where 3 of those teams were in the divisional round.
Cardinals.
They were 2 in the NFC Championship game. Like,
yeah.
It is a rough spot to be in right now. Yeah. I don't know. Like, I can see a world, and maybe I'm very off on this. I can see a world where they keep Kyler Murray another year because they're just like, all right, man, like he's cost too much money.
What if?
I don't know how that's gonna go
well. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. That's
Where's
a tough
Anthony
contract.
Richardson going to be quarterback?
What'd you say?
Where's Anthony Richardson going to be playing?
It might be Minnesota. They might. They just be like, you know what? Let's bring him out here. But we'll see if Daniel Jones is ready for the season.
Give me the Browns. Give me Anthony Richardson. Give me Shedeur Sanders. Give me. I want another 5 quarterbacks battling in training camp. I want it to be exactly the same.
That's listen. If they're able to offload that contract, maybe that they'll actually allow their players to not have to pay for lunch in team facilities. Maybe
Bidwell is very cheap.
We'll see what happens. All right, Perna, what do you got coming out, buddy?
We have everything we got wrong about the 2025 football season.
Ooh, that's a fun one
today.
I like it.
Yeah, we did one of those last year, and we did it in December. And I was like, why the fuck do we do that in December? But then I forgot about it, and I was like, oh, yeah, that'd be a good one.
Yeah, there you go. I think I'm having a skit come out today.
Little skit.
I'm pretty sure. Also, I'm going to do a members Q&A this week. So
nice.
Because I forgot. It's not forgot. I couldn't do it in January. So we're just going to do 2 in February. We'll make it happen.
Okay.
Well, folks, appreciate the hell out of you. We'll see you soon. I'm Tom Grossi. That's Brandon Perna. A week from right now, we'll know who won the Super Bowl.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, we will.
Yeah, right. It's there. And
Ooh.
it's true. I also like Marcus Jones a lot. I do. But thank you so much for watching. Tom Grossi, Brandon Perna. This is GPS. And you have been navigated.
And reached waggly laggly.